Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'll be helping you out to understand how to use an object, okay, in JavaScript. So basically, I'm starting with JavaScript object, that is OOPS, okay, how to use OOPS, that is object-oriented programming in JavaScript. Okay, so today I'll be telling you about how to define object, how to use object in JavaScript by two things. First is by object literals, okay, and second is by creating an instance of the object. Okay, now let's go for the first one, which I said, that is object literals. Okay, so now there is a syntax in JavaScript in order to define object with the help of object literals. Like how do you actually define an object in JavaScript? So for that you have to write the syntax. Okay, the syntax for declaring an object inside the JavaScript would be object equal to, and then the brackets open, and here property 1 colon value 1. Okay, that means, and it will be like so on, property 2 colon value 2, okay, and till up to n, you can n number of items you can write. Okay, now here what is property 1, what is value 1? So suppose I take a variable as let's say sports, okay, and inside the value 1 I take a variable as cricket. So sports would be the property 1 for me, okay, and the value cricket is the value which is given to the property 1. So in short, whatever variable you are taking in your JavaScript and you are giving a value to it, those we have to define it inside the object right over here. That's how you define an object when you're using it in a form of a literals. Okay, so I'll show you an example, and the most important thing in the literals, whenever you're using an object literals, you should be it should be separated by a colon. If you see over here, each literals or each property values are separated by a column, so that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so I'll just quickly remove this off and I'll directly write the scripting part, okay, so that I can help you with an example how to define an object with the help of literals. Okay, so here I wrote script, and inside that I'll just write, suppose I take a variable as employee, okay, so I name it as EMP, and then inside it I'm taking ID, name and salary of that particular employee. Okay, now for me EMP is the object which I have created, and inside that I want to define that object. Okay, now we have to follow the syntax. What was the syntax? The property and the value. That means I have taken three variables, that is ID, name and salary. So I'll be giving the property name, that is property 1 for me is ID, and I'll give some ID to it, let's say 101. Okay, and then after this you have to give, okay, so separated by a column and then a comma, then the property 2. So for me the property 2 is name, so I'll give name, okay, and then a colon, and name should be in a form of a string. So let's say I take it as Sona, and then I have to also put a property 3 because I have three variables, so I'll take it as salary, okay, and then suppose, okay, so this is the whole object, how you can define the object inside your JavaScript. Okay, now what to do after that, what like how to print it, how you can see the output of this particular. Okay, so for this you have to write document.write. Okay, so that is document.write will help you to print what is the exact output of this particular object, like how the output will look like. Okay, so I want to print something like this. So first of all, the ID should come up, there should be a space, and then the employee name should come up, okay, and then a space, and then the employee salary should come up. Okay, this should be my output. So for that, what you have to write inside the document that write, for that you have to write the object along with the ID. Okay, so employee.id, I'll give a space so that I can get a space in the output. Then employee.name, okay, and then after this employee.salary. Okay, that's it. Now what we have to do, we have to just close off the scripting. That's it. You have to do it for declaring an object in a form of a literals. Okay, and if you want to like see the output, so you just have to save it. So I'll just save it. So my file name is ob1.html. I'll go to where my all the files are saved. I'll search for it. So there's OB1. I'll just open it off. Okay, now once I open it off, you see there is an output which says 101 Sona, and then 2 lakh the salary is printed. So this is how your object will look like when you print it. Okay, so this is one way of using the object. Okay, now the other way, first way was to use it in a form of a literals. Okay, literals, what was the literals over here? Employee is the object and we have to define it with the help of the literals. These are the literals over here. Okay, now there is another way of defining an object inside the JavaScript. Okay, so for that, it is like by creating an instance of the object. You have to create an instance of the object for defining an object. Okay, so for creating an instance, there is another syntax for that. Okay, so it is creating instance of an object. Okay, so for that, the syntax will be, you have to write var. Okay, that's the constant data type, object name, okay, whatever name you want to give to your object, and then new object. Okay, so this is the syntax over here. Now what is happening over here, if you see here, new is a keyword. Okay, new is a keyword with the help of which you are creating a new object over here in the first line. Okay, a new object is being created. So if you see the syntax, I'll write the syntax of the literals as well. So the literal syntax was the object name and it's equal to the property 1 colon value 1 you were supposed to write, right, and so on. Now if you see the difference between these two, first of all we were creating the object and then we have to put the literals inside it and then we have to work on it. But in creating an instance, what you have to do, you have to first of all tell JavaScript that I am creating a new object. Okay, you have to just define a new name of the object. Okay, so how to do that? So for that we can just write script, and inside the script we can just write following the syntax, that is var, and my object name is employee, that is emp. Okay, and I'll tell the JavaScript that this is a new object which I have created. Okay, that's it, this is the new object. Now what are the values which I want to give? So I can directly write it over here. So emp.id I can give as 102. Okay, then name, and after that emp.salary. And then I want to just print it off in order to check it out how it is working. Okay, so I'll just write document.write, and inside that the same thing, employee.id, there are space, okay, that's it. So this is how you can define it with the help of a object instance. So if you see here, I am directly declaring the object. I'm telling JavaScript that yes, emp is my object name, and I'm using a new keyword. This is a keyword which is named as new for creating that particular object. Okay, so I'll save this again and just refresh this out. Okay, let's check it out again. Okay. So sometimes it can happen with you also, like if you have created multiple file name with the same, then it might not show you what you want in the output. So let me save it with another name, that is okay, my ob.html, and I just save it over here. Okay, and then I'll just look for it. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so save it off properly, and then let's try to check it one more time if the output comes. So here, make sure that the object which you have written, that's a capital O, not a small one. Okay, save this off, and then I'll just open this again. Okay, now see, this is the output which we wanted. That is the ID name first, then the name, and then the salary got printed. Okay, so this is how you can work with object inside JavaScript, like with the help of object literals, and how to also declare with the help of object instances. Okay, both are separate things. The syntax for them are different. Okay, so according to your project, what are the requirement of the project, accordingly you have to use the object inside it. Okay, like suppose you want to create a data system wherein you want to put multiple employees, multiple IDs, and salaries should be there. So that's a whole, suppose a dashboard you want to create. So in that case, you have to write the JavaScript inside your HTML, right? So you create an HTML, and after that you add JavaScript to it in order to check the output. Then only the output will come. Like if you want a dashboard with all the names, the salary, and the ID, you have to write it something like this. Okay, so the property value, that is these values, can be up to n number of values you can give. Okay, so that was it guys for today. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please go ahead and subscribe to your channel and like this video, share it as much as you can, and let's meet up in our next video with another topic. So stay tuned, and we will be back soon with another video on coding tutorial. Thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.